Emma's fingers traced the intricate patterns on the canvas. They seemed to writhe beneath her touch. Alive. Her reflection stared back, eyes filled with a terror she couldn't name. Was this her face? Her fear? Or were they echoes of something else? Something trapped within the paint? The line blurred, reality fracturing around her. The scent of dust and decay intensified, clinging to her like a shroud. She was losing herself. The mansion, with its oppressive air and watchful portraits, had become her prison. Each room whispered of forgotten lives, each shadow a lurking horror. The line between the real and the unreal had vanished, replaced by a chilling uncertainty. Was she living, or was she already a prisoner of the canvas, a ghost in her own life? Each night, the eyes in the portraits seemed to follow her, their gazes burning into her soul. The whispers grew louder, weaving tales of despair and madness. They called to her, beckoned her to join their silent vigil. Her sanity felt like a thread, stretched thin, ready to snap. She had to escape. But how could she escape a prison that existed both within and without, a nightmare woven into the fabric of her reality? A name echoed in the cavernous halls. Henry. An eccentric historian, he was her only hope in this swirling vortex of madness. Henry, with his wild eyes and arcane knowledge, believed her story, believed in the darkness that clung to the mansion. He arrived with the setting sun, a specter welcomed by the shadows themselves. His eyes, filled with an ancient wisdom, studied the portraits, his fingers tracing the same patterns that haunted Emma's dreams. "A gateway," he murmured, his voice a hushed rasp. "The painting is a gateway to the realm of echoes, a place where souls are imprisoned." His words struck a chord of fear and recognition within Emma. The realm of echoes, a place whispered in forgotten tongues and haunted legends. This was no ordinary haunting. It was a curse, ancient and powerful. Henry spoke of Malcolm, her ancestor, his soul ensnared by a pact with a dark entity. It was Malcolm who had opened the gateway, sacrificing souls to fuel his ambition. "The portraits," Henry said, his voice low and urgent, "they are windows into that realm, each one a soul trapped, crying out." Hope flickered amidst the terror that threatened to consume Emma. Henry, a beacon in the encroaching darkness, offered a way out. He spoke of an ancient tome, a grimoire filled with forgotten incantations, one of which held the key to breaking the curse. It was a dangerous gamble, fraught with unknown consequences. But Emma clung to it with the desperation of a drowning woman grasping for a lifeline. She would face any danger, any horror, to free the trapped souls and break the chains that bound her to this nightmare. Time blurred into a desperate search. Days turned into nights as Emma, guided by Henry's whispered instructions, pored over ancient texts. The weight of the trapped souls pressed down on her, their silent pleas echoing in her ears. The air grew heavy with anticipation, the mansion holding its breath as if bracing for a storm. Finally, she found it. The incantation, scrawled in a language older than time itself, pulsed with a dark energy. It felt dangerous, volatile, but within it, Emma recognized a glimmer of hope, a chance to reclaim her life and set the captive souls free. Her heart pounded against her ribs, a drumbeat of fear and determination. She would face the darkness, confront the curse, and shatter the chains that held them all captive. The mansion held its breath as Emma, armed with the ancient words and a heart filled with resolve, stood before the canvas. The air crackled with unseen energy. The eyes of the portraits seemed to watch her every move, their expressions a mixture of hope and fear. Taking a deep breath, she began to recite the incantation, her voice echoing in the stillness. The words felt alien on her tongue, yet strangely familiar, as if they unlocked something primal within her. The mansion groaned in response, the portraits on the wall twisting and contorting as if alive. The air grew thick and heavy, the scent of decay intensifying, choking her with its putrid sweetness. A tear appeared in the canvas, a gash of pure darkness that pulsed with an eerie light. Beyond it, Emma glimpsed a desolate landscape, a wasteland of shadows and whispers. This was the realm of echoes, a place where time and reality were fluid, where souls lingered in torment. She could hear them now, their anguished cries echoing through the void, a chorus of despair that chilled her to the bone. The chasm in the painting widened, becoming a gaping maw that threatened to consume her. Taking a steadying breath, Emma stepped into the swirling abyss. The air in the realm of echoes was thick with sorrow and despair. Shadows writhed and danced, taking on grotesque shapes that whispered forgotten horrors. Each breath sent a chill through her, each step a testament to her fading courage. But she had come too far to turn back now. Through the swirling chaos she saw him, Malcolm, his form shimmering with an ethereal glow, his eyes filled with a torment that echoed through the ages. He was chained to the will of the entity he had bargained with, his soul forfeit, his essence slowly leaching away. Other figures swirled around him, trapped souls forever bound to this desolate plane. Their cries tore at her heart, fueling her resolve. Reaching out, she grasped Malcolm's hand, his touch sending a jolt of icy fire through her veins. She poured all her will, all her anger, all her hope into that single touch. The chains that bound him shattered, dissolving into motes of darkness. The realm of echoes trembled, the very fabric of its existence unraveling as the curse began to break. With a surge of power, Emma pulled Malcolm back through the portal, back to the world of the living. Behind them, the cries of the liberated souls filled the air, a bittersweet symphony of freedom and farewell. They stepped back into the mansion, the air suddenly lighter, cleaner. The portraits on the wall were still now, their eyes closed in peaceful slumber. With a deafening crack, the canvas that had served as a gateway to the realm of echoes split in two, the remnants of the curse dissipating into dust. The mansion sighed, a sound of relief, of ages of torment finally released. But as Emma watched the last vestiges of the gateway crumble, her blood ran cold. On the floor, amidst the debris, lay a small, ornate frame. It was empty, yet it pulsed with an unsettling energy. The curse, it seemed, was not entirely broken. It merely lay dormant, waiting for the right moment, the right soul to awaken once more.